Actually, I ask you, I'm curious, what does it take to set up a proper paint shop? I remember when you came into this, you bought this lock, stock, and barrel from the previous
Yes, I did.
owner.
Yeah,
Right,
I was
but-
from corporate as well. I was working for an education arm or a college,
So what gave you the idea to buy over this?
No, I couldn't take it while working in a corporate because it generally is every year every month is the same salary. You do the same thing repetitively over and over and over and over again. Then sometimes you're dragging your feet to work.
Yeah.
Right. And so life became very mundane for me. And then I asked myself that shit, this is something which I don't want to do. There's no mental challenge. There's not something you're trying to discover. There's nothing you can do with your fingers besides typing reports. Right? Your 10 fingers you've given you for some reason, but then you look at it, you're just typing reports, sending emails here, sending emails there. That's it. So I just took the leap forward I actually moved on to another industry first, but it's sales, but more into educational materials, supplying trainers for schools for teaching people how to maintain aircraft.
Oh, wow.
So those who are going for the YASA license.
Very specialized.
Yeah. YASA license, of course, it's like if you want to train a mechanic in a school, it's easy. You buy a car down there, put there, and teach them what works, what doesn't work, and how do you identify the problem. But on a live aircraft, no one wants you to touch it.
Correct.
Okay, because if you break something, then it's going to cost you a lot. Then aircraft is going to be AOG, then you can't get the aircraft to fly, and it's going to cost you a lot of money. So what we did was we built up a mock-up, a real engine, put it up on a stand, and we give fault simulation to the students, where they be able to come and troubleshoot and all that. Or we even supplied a complete aircraft, which is need to go through check 4, which is your certificate of airworthiness is no longer valid. So most people do not want to do the check 4 because it's going to cost them a lot of money. It's cheaper to go and buy another aircraft. I then moved on to this, and it came out to be a part-time business, but I decided to turn it around and
dive into it.
Yeah, dive into it and make it better, See, most people out there, they want something which is proper.
Yeah.
But a lot of people do not know what to ask.
Correct.
So I just give them, I explain to them exactly that what you're looking for. And I always tell them that if you're looking for cheap and fast, I'm not the person to go to do it.
Yeah.
I said there are 95% of shops out there who are in that direction.
Yeah.
You might want to support them. But people who want something which is proper and explain to them why they should do it, and they will understand.
Yeah.
Sometimes a lot of people want to be penny wise, pound foolish. You see a short-term gain, but you don't see a long-term gain. Unless you want to sell your car in the next few months, you want to do something,
just patch it up
and be hideous of what you've done, then you can. But I don't even take any jobs like that. Reason being is because that branding, my own branding. Number 2 is that I can't get one car and I say do a cheap job for this, then I tell my boys go and do a proper job for this. So one day if I keep confusing them like that, one fine day when I'm not around or when I'm not looking, and then they on a good car they do a 6:30 job, which I do not want to get in that direction. So every work which is done, it's being QC'd, and I personally watch for it, and the supervisor also handles it.
Correct.
So that helps to maintain a better brand.
I'm curious because right now, right, when I talk with you, I ask you about painting, car painting out there, right? You know your shit. But you came from a totally different industry. So that point when you came into this business, did you know your shit as well as you?
No, to be very honest, no, I don't.
You came in with zero knowledge.
That's zero knowledge, yeah. I mean, I've been playing cars for the longest time, but watching a lot of reality shows, for example, like Counts Customs and all that, it just gave me a bit of interest that not many people can do a very good paint job.
But doing it yourself is totally different game.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, right.
So when I started it, of course, I was prepared to lose a bit of money.
Correct.
I kept that as a investment of learning. You got to pay some shops on there to go and teach you. But this one, you just learn on your own mistakes. There was some investment in it in order for you to lose money, because you definitely know your workers will be there. You do not know how to code correctly. But the whole thing I want to do is I want to do something proper. Right. Today, if I tell you what is a proper shop to go to when you want good nasi lemak, you know where to go. Or if you want to go and do car audio, there's some people who are quite well known in that. So branding is very, very important.
Correct.
I kept that into my mind, and I decided to do something which is only proper.
Nice.
And most people, what they lack is that if you're going to ask any shop, why yours priced differently? The guy behind that will tell you, you want to do lah, don't do lah. Correct or not?
Correct.
So I made sure that being from a sales background, that it involves a lot of explaining to people, and you take a bit of your patience, just explain to people. Not everyone you you need to make money out of them.
Correct.
A lot of times that sometimes it's just explaining to them. They may not be a customer right now, they may be a customer 5 years down the line.
Correct.
Right. So you explain to them on why they should do it, what are the things that involve, and people will get a better understanding.
What I learned is that in business, there are certain customers you don't transact immediately, right? But first, you want to attract them to you, and then you nurture them, you cultivate them, you build a relationship with them.
Yeah.
Right? Then at some point in the future, maybe this customer is ready to do business with you. So I think that a lot of businesses, I think their mistake was that they did not budget for the time needed to nurture that relationship with the customer.
Yeah, but sometimes also some people it's about the timing whether they can send their car or not. A lot of people want to do a good job.
Yeah.
So for example, like tomorrow another guy is going to send his Honda Accord. Apparently, I spoke to him 3 years ago, and he wanted to do his car, but he didn't have the budget back then. And he said that I've been sending a lot of people to you. I'm like, who? He was like, oh, I sent this guy, and this guy, and this guy, the proper guys I've known. So he has recommended people that he has known, but he himself had not sent his car to me.
What?
Except for, he just came by 2 days ago and he says that I'm finally ready to do my car and can I make an appointment with you? Yeah?
That's crazy. Why would he recommend you when he has not done business with you?
Because he has seen the work that I've done.
Right?
He has seen the work I've done and he understands that in which direction he wants to do that, but he didn't have enough savings to work on his car.
It is a very powerful story and lesson, because what you told me, right, was that somehow over the course of, like, how long have you been in this business? 6 years? 8 years, right? The last 8 years, right, you have built this reputation for yourself, this branding for yourself. And then along the way, you caught this guy in your, right? And he became a sort of like a follower of your work. He believes in your work, but he was not in a position to work together with you yet. But, he was like a brand ambassador that you did not know existed.
Yeah. In fact, I always get customers who ask them, how do you get to know me? Because I would like to see how people find this place. Yeah. Because I'm not by the front main road, they always say is what a recommendation. Someone in this WhatsApp group said go to this shop. Someone that WhatsApp group said go to the shop. I do not know who the person is. Yeah. My cousin who told me to go over here, and I'm like, has your cousin done a car here? Like, no, he found it from the WhatsApp group. And so always I put in the effort of not disappointing them. Basically, my motto is very simple. I do not want any customers to leave unhappy. Yeah, and it's because of the relationship I have that people tend to stick with me. Right? Sometimes I do work which has got no value to me. For example, like, oh, my car has about this incident, but my car can't be driven right now. Yeah. Can you come over? I'm like, okay, fair. I'll come over and have a look, give you an explanation to you. If it fits you, we do it. If it doesn't fit you, I don't charge anything like that. I mean, of course, recently I've been to Klang Valley. Yeah. Travel all the way to Kedah or something.
At least
like
pay for petrol.
And timing too. So I explained to them, if they don't want to do it also, then I can guide them that this is what you should look for, this is what. Yeah. Because I myself personally pay cars. I've been playing BMWs for the past 22 years. And I've been playing, you name it, I've been playing corners in Kuala Kelawang. What's it like to go through stone shapes, and one person who doesn't wash the car a lot. So they had to be very open conversation between a customer and tell them that this is what you're facing. Yeah. And this is what I will recommend to you. Most people will say that, because whatever work I do, I give a 5-year warranty for paint work. Yeah. So, and I write down to them, of course, there has to be certain process in terms of, we don't want to park in a mall, there's some ammonia dropping on the car and blame it. Yeah. But most people I tell them that why I give you a 5-year warranty, because you see, sometimes, first of all, it involves my handwork. Yeah. Number two, there's so many different kind of material which I use. Right up from the sandpaper, primer, what do you call that? You're looking at what else is that? Lacquer. All this can have a manufacturing default. Correct. Right? Correct. There are a lot of moving pieces. But I can't tell them that, hey, this is not my fault, this is a lacquer fault. I got to own up some responsibilities in terms of that. But so far, I have never had a major issue. I only had about 2 or 3 cases. Yeah. I looked at it, I'm like, this is our fault. But this is precisely the reason why you have to charge the prices you charge. Because you need that margin to be able to provide the assurance to your customers. It's not the margin, it's the material that you use. Yeah. You see, for example, you're building a house, right? If you want to build a proper house to house your own family, when there's a choice, if you can make between putting up into a 30 cent brick or a 1 ringgit brick. 30 cent brick one nail, cracks. But a 1 ringgit brick will probably last longer.
Correct.
So if you want that longevity to preserve the work that you've done, of course, there are materials which are superior.
Yeah.
So we tend to choose that kind of material, and that helps to last longer, So people say, why you are so expensive? I say, you go and eat one burger by the roadside, 8 ringgit. You go and eat one burger at a proper burger shop, it charge you 22 ringgit. But obviously materials are different.
Also your time.
Yeah, how well we do it.
Yeah.
So if you want a 6:30 job, not straight body lines, then you can go in that direction.
Because on average, a full repaint here will take what, 1.5, 2 weeks, right? Minimum.
More. Because every car we do, we re-primer back the whole car.
Correct.
Most people will choose to charge the same price that we do, but they don't primer the whole car. If it's a new car, for example, like a 3-year-old car, they want to re-spray back the whole car. And they tell them that I spray. So one guy charges $5,000, but I also probably charge the same price. Right? But I make sure that I re-primer back the whole car. A lot of them will jump that shortcut and saying that the body is still good, why I don't have to primer back the whole car. But the thing is that there's no adhesion towards it.
Correct. The lady was telling me, right, the primer is the layer that holds the paint to the metal body.
That's the etching primer. Okay, the paint primer is different. So it holds the old paint and the new paint.
Oh, okay.
Old paint and the new paint. Just like a house, when you want to paint your house, if you go and just paint directly, whether it's interior, don't even talking about exterior. You paint. And then your children's birthday, you go and put a balloon down there with a sellotape, then you pull out pipe when the paint is out. Have you come across that?
Yes.
You see, that's the whole thing. So most people don't update you in terms of what they're doing. I update them on what I'm doing. So for example, I'm sending out a whole car, now I'm putting up a primer onto the car. Okay, then I've got to work back again, or send down again, and I've got to make sure it's all filled properly. So when you look at the car from an angle, you can see the reflection is almost mirror image. If you look at your face, you can see that your face is exactly mirror image. If you can't see your face clearly, that means there's something wrong. Either the surface is not even, or the clarity of the lacquer, or even lacquer also, you can even dilute it. Just like your house paint, you can even add water, your emulsion paint, and just paint. If you buy half a liter, you can do one wall. Hey, I did 2 walls, but after a while, you see why got white patches here and there. Right. So, like I said, not many people want to do this. Everyone wants the fast game.
Yeah.
So, a lot of them tend to do a lot of media marketing and get that people one shot make it, move on, create another brand. I don't do that. So I'm the long run.
How long does it take for you to repaint a car on average?
Depending on the work they've done.
I remember last time I sent my car, it took me about 3 weeks, right?
Yeah. So it also depends on our schedule. It also depends on our lock that we have. It also depends that some people says that I got one customer who says that I want the car to be ready in 10 days.
Oh, cannot.
Yeah.
Actually, I think your way of work cannot.
Technically we can, but I have to drop everything else and do this.
You have to charge very high? You have to charge urgency fee?
Urgency fee. That means because I got to work overtime for it.
Correct.
And overtime is a cost.
Bro, right? And also it wears down your workers, bro. Your workers are all human.
Yeah. So normally unless there's a valid reason, I got a wedding coming up. Can you help me to do it? I can for one, 2 cases I can. Otherwise, there is certain time that you need drying time. Like when you send down correctly, you need the primer to dry properly. You need the lacquer to heal properly. Then only you can come out. So
drying time cannot lari one. That one.
Yeah.
The drying time cannot lari one.
A lot of them are using artificial heating. Nowadays you got infrared. Artificial heating you can, but what's going to happen to your plastics of your car? Right. So for a classic, it takes much longer. Right, classic car, because first of all the body has warped left, right, center.
Yep.
And when you do it, then you have to go and resurface back the car. Most classic cars are very boxy, and when the metal has warped, you have to panel beat a bit. Then you got to use as minimal as you can, filler as you can, just to get it right lah. So that's why classic cars not many people want to do. Only a handful of them who are keen to do it. And some of them are exorbitant.
I always thought it's because of the rust. It's not rust.
See, no matter what you do on classic cars, sometimes classic cars we cannot provide you a warranty. You see, you understand something, metal surface.
Yeah.
When it rusts, it's got pores.
Okay.
So no matter how you wire brush, but there's nooks and creases inside, we can't access to it.
Ah.
You can use a etching primer onto it, but sometimes underneath it may come up. And
Because the metal compromise already, ma.
Yeah, metal compromise. You put fire onto it is even different.
Yeah.
And it's highly oxidized. So it's a bit difficult. With a brand new car, it's okay. We can obviously provide you a warranty. Like I've got an S-Class which I'm doing right now, W221. Painted very badly before, and accident, never repaired before properly. And they used fiberglass on a rear fender. They used fiberglass to cover everything, and when they open up, they had to re-weld back the whole surface. Luckily, it was the rear fender because it was the doors. It's made of aluminium, a little bit difficult, right? Yeah, so it all depends on number one, whether the owner knows about it, or it also depends on the shop which are doing it, whether they charge you for one thing but do something else behind it.
But this kind, like what you said just now, right? Like that S-Class, with the some parts of it covered by fiber and all that. Right? Do you have the trained eye to see the difference from outside?
If it's just recently done, it's very hard to see. Unless for a year or two, then of course fiberglass will start to give way. Then you'll be able to see. But if it's recently done, it's masked very well, right? So only when I started setting down the car, you can see that how they have cut the rear fender, and then they put out a fiberglass and mold it there nicely, and then putty it and just spray black onto it. So I had to take out the whole thing, and then you can see one big gash. So we cut a piece of metal, 0.7 mm, and then re-welded back correctly, etching primer into it, and then we fill it up and gonna respray soon. Yeah.
So right now, right, in-house, what expertise do you have? Painting,
welding, painting.
Welding. I remember somebody was telling me a number of some years back. It's not easy to find good welders.
Yeah, it's very difficult. But there's 2-3 ways of doing welding. One, you can do spot welding, where there's a hole, they just put a piece of metal on top and then just spot weld at the corner. Or you can cut up properly, the metal properly, mold back to the shape of that you want. Because certain floorboard, for example, is a common place for rest. But the floorboard is designed in such a way that it has got, what's the word for it? Angles for it to give strength to the floorboard.
Correct. It's like the waves, right?
Yeah. You can't put a flat piece because it'll start to flex.
Correct.
Yeah. So in common terms, we say that you must put a tulang down there.
Yeah.
We do it correctly, so it gives the floorboard a bit more strength.
But how do you guys do it here?
Mold it. So for example, a flat piece of metal, we want to make a ridge on top, right? Yeah. So this piece of metal, we just put on top like that.
Yeah.
Okay, we heat it up and then we knock to get back that ridge.
But to get the right shape, not easy, right?
You don't expect a 99% because there are people who are, for example, like an E30 or a 124, they have got a stamp floorboard molded, which you can buy. By the time you ship the thing and bring it over here, it's gonna cost you a bit more. But we can do it, I would say about 90%, 95%.
That's pretty all right.
Yeah. Because sometimes you just look on the internet to see the shape, or if the plate is rusted, you know exactly from one part is rusted, they got 4 ridges, one part is rusted. But then you can measure on the one on the next to it and see how long it is and how high it is and make it accordingly. Yeah, but so classic cars, if you go out later, you can see there is a Toyota K10 being restored. I do not know what.
If some of these cars I've seen here the last few times I come and visit it.
Yeah. I've got a Saga, which I wasn't too happy about the roof, reason being because the roof has got ripped over, right? And based on the adhesive used 40 years ago, technology was such that the adhesive itself was corrosive. So it has rusted through. You can't put too much of filler because you no use welding the roof because it will start to warp.
Yeah.
So the owner told me to look for a roof. I couldn't manage to find the breaker roof, but after like about 1.5 years, I managed to locate a Saga roof in Malacca.
Wow.
OEM metal piece, so I'm just going to cut the whole thing and remove the windscreen.
So the car sit here for 1.5 years.
Yeah, as a good customer. Otherwise,
Yeah, but still, it's 1.5 years of no progress, quite unfortunately. Yeah.
And then I have a 280 ZX.
Oh.
Who had a bit of a frontal impact, and then when I was redoing the car was filled with so much of filler based on the previous work done. So I'm redoing back the whole car. One Mercedes Pagoda, which I've completed already, almost completed. I need to tune up the engine. Normally, I get involved only in upholstery, bodyworks. Engine I don't get involved, but since this is just a very minor problem, the technology is not that great, right?
Yeah.
And so I'm just getting it to get it right now. But having said that, pagodas has always got a starting issue. Classic is something I also do a bit of chroming work also.
Chroming, yeah, I remember there was a couple of years back, I remember asking you to help me with some chroming parts, and you didn't have a solution at that time.
Yeah, because a lot of...
It was 2 years ago.
Yeah, a lot of people who are doing chroming right now, it's a lot of second generation people. So you look at the work these days, sometimes you get so disappointed.
Yeah.
So that's why I didn't, rather than doing it and then getting scolded from the customer, I don't want to do it. You gotta find your own ways how to settle it. But recently I found someone who could do it very well. I tested my own works first, and it happened to be very satisfying. And so nowadays I get involved in doing that as well. Certain chrome materials that you take, you have to identify the rust first, and then you go and send it for acid washing, and then only you go and nickel plate it.
But classic chroming and modern car chroming is different one, right?
See, if it's modern car chroming, you can also do anodized, but see, modern, they normally use either plastic or steel. Plastic we can't do, right? Steel you can. Cast iron is always a challenge. Because sometimes when there is corrosion on the cast iron, there's no way we can repair it.
Oh, yeah, true.
Yeah, you can't fill it up no matter what also, because if you fill it up with another metal, then your chroming doesn't work, because dipping only works with one kind of metal.
A lot of the classic cars, right, they are heavily chromed at the bumpers lah, the grills lah, all that. That's a lot of chroming on it, and it's very, very difficult to get back that appearance right.
Yeah, I mean, obviously you can't compare with new, original, but so far the works you have done, you can see, look at the pagoda, I've done some works on it on the car.
Okay.
Some of the parts we have chrome, some of the parts I told the owner I'm not responsible to remove. For example, like the windscreen edge, there's a chrome piece.
Ooh.
Windscreen guy say if I want to cut the rubber out, but finding a rubber for a pagoda is going to be another headache. So, and the owner wanted the car fast. I like, okay, to remove this chrome, it's going to be a challenge. So I told them better not do this first.
Yeah.
We do all the rest which are removable until we find a rubber for the windscreen. Then we can cut the whole rubber out and send the thing for chrome.
I think there are some instances, right, where you really are just better off leaving it as is rather than take the risk that you may break it and you cannot replace it.
Yeah, I mean, if you want, you can. But you see, for example, I'm doing a Lamborghini. Right? The screen is just one flat piece. One is not even curved and all that. And the one doing removal, the owner accidentally cracked it.
Owner cracked it, not you, luckily.
We were there, and he accidentally pulled the door a bit higher because the LP400, the doors come upward. So the windscreen just cracked a bit. I think that to buy it new from Lambo was, if I'm not mistaken, was probably about 6,000 euros or something like that.
6,000 euros. Doesn't sound that expensive.
Euros.
I know, but it's a Lambo part, so 6,000.
As long as it's still in one piece.
No, but 6,000 is before tax, right?
Yeah. 6,000, as long as it's still in one piece, then we can custom to make another glass. Right? To mold it, rubber layer, and manufacture another glass out of it. Then we can.
But this one break really.
No, crack is okay.
Crack.
Don't shatter. If you shatter, they can't get back to
the shape.
To mold. Yes, to mold it.
Yeah. That day I was just thinking, the Proton, the second generation Perdana, the one based on the Accord one.
Yeah.
The windows of that car are unique one,
Oh, is it?
Is Proton's own windows. I was thinking, wow, Proton made only 4,000 of these cars. Who is going to keep the front is the same. It's the back. Who is going to keep stock of the rear windscreen?
It's very difficult to get parts for that car.
Body parts is no joke.
I tried looking for a bumper. There's no way I could find it. Everywhere I called, there were Proton dealers they do not have.
Proton dealers also won't have.
Yeah, so they wanted us to send the car there for them to see whether they have the bumper or not. So finally, I had to find a car which has crashed.
Yeah.
So the rear has crashed and the front bumper was still available. So I just bought it second hand. Otherwise, to find a new bumper almost impossible.
Impossible because
Yeah,
only 4,000 cars, right? Who's going to and it's a rare car but mass production.
yeah. And also
segment.
another way is that to find Proton parts via directly from Proton HQ is also a challenge. Whatever is published in the Proton Parts Center, very hard to get hold of them. I managed to get through someone from their holding company. They managed to get me a number. When I asked them, they only could work with part numbers. But part diagrams are not available online. For example, like real OEM for BMW or Mercedes, you can go down and cascade down based on chassis number. You can find the exact part, get the part number, and send it to them. But nothing's online. Nothing's online for Proton to sell parts.
It's Though, actually, I've said this many times before. Classic Protons are, in a way, right, it's more challenging to take on than classic BMWs.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah. Proton doesn't carry parts. You probably can get second-hand parts, but then plastic parts and all that sometimes not.
That saga that you're doing, the lights are still intact, right?
Yeah, the car was actually a very low mileage car. They bought it. So owner, when he brought in the car, I was a bit lost. I'm like, what are you doing in this car? But this guy has got a Nismo R35.
Yeah.
He's got a GD3, 997 GD3. I'm like, what are you doing in this car? So like, dude, this is my retirement plan. I want to be a farmer. So I want to use, I bought a durian orchard. So I just want to feel myself like a farmer. I'm using, weird dreams, but so that's why I'm just doing something proper for him.
But these classic Proton sagas, all those old 8-valve sagas, right? There are two types of people who buy these cars. One are the really poor fellas. One are the very rich fellas who wants to relive their nostalgia. And these are people who are ready to spend 20K, 30K to do up the cars. Right?
Yeah.
And from what I heard, 20K, 30K is the bare minimum in order to get these cars into a condition that people like you and I can appreciate.
Yeah, true. A lot of people do them financially because you see, for example, I just did a Mercedes R107. Completed everything, but that's purely like an investment because SLs will appreciate over time.
Yeah.
Right? For example, like a Pagoda.
Yeah.
What used to be 200,000 5 years ago, today was transacted at 600,000. That's only a 2.5. Then you got the 2.8, of course, costs a lot more. Right? But obviously, certain cars, for example, like a 288 ZX, they also appreciate over time.
Correct.
But Sagas, they're not going to go that high.
No.
So unless, of course, if it's a zero mileage car, then obviously, or if you have bought Tun Made's car, then it's another story altogether.
But those cars won't see six figures.
Yeah. So, but most people sometimes just do it out of passion. Like, I have somebody who bought a old and restored it because he went to school in that car.
Yeah.
His parents used to go and send him in school, so he just wanted to relive and shows to his kids that we used to drive in this car before to school, Yeah, but that was just purely sentimental value.
Yeah.
Some people do it out of commercial. Like I know a guy who's got probably about 20 classic cars, supposed to redo it. You name it, from Pagoda to 107 to E9 BMW.
He's a long buy to flip, man.
Over time.
Yeah.
Over time. His latest toy is a Lito Manso Pantera.
Oh.
Yeah.
Which you worked on recently, right?
Yeah, I did. I did. So the car is being transported to do their wiring work right now.
Ooh.
And then we'll come back. The engine bay has already split, and then we'll do the exterior paint.
Wow. Who in Malaysia has the knowledge to do wiring work for Di Tomaso?
Oh, that is something which everybody can relate to. Most of these wiremen, they are very, very eccentric. It's very hard to get them to come up. It's very hard them to take on a project.
Yeah.
So there's two kinds. One will be able to rewire the whole works for you.
Yeah.
One will want to do troubleshooting only.
Yeah.
Right? So the troubleshooting guys do not want to spend time in doing this.
Yeah.
The ones who can really do it, of course, they have got so many jobs in their hand that they just don't want to.
Because I always say wiring is a dark art. It's like, especially for all these cars over the years, their wiring degraded, right? You may actually have to rebuild the whole wiring from scratch.
Yeah, you don't know. So wiremen, I got one guy which I know him. 2022 Tiguan Allspace came
Uh-huh.
after changing the suspension to B16. They had an error that the rear dampener was not working.
The car had adaptive dampers.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, the office. So they were like, hey, how to go through it? So when I got this guy to come in, he troubleshooted and found out that one breaker wire which was connected from the rear dampener left to the box had been spliced.
Oh wow.
You plug in the OBD, you don't get the rear dampener. You open and look at the rear dampener, nothing wrong with it. You change to another dampener, same problem.
Shit.
So the wire the connector from here all the way to the main box is the one giving the issue. So you need that expertise to trace the wire from where to where. So most mechanic will tell you, I don't know how to do. Cannot solve.
Yeah.
Bring it to here. But this guy managed to solve it.
Wow.
Yeah.
This was the guy you told me about that day, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, wiremans are a big demand these days.
Yeah.
Wireman and because there are not many people doing it, that's why the prices are very, very high.
No choice. Because the thing is that those wiring troubles are very, very difficult to trace.
Yeah. Even for new cars.
New cars especially.
Yeah. Even for new cars.
New cars especially.
1204 came in because of the no headlight, nothing working, fuses are all burnt. How come there's no power supply?
Then what happened?
So I managed to trace it, to trace to the underneath the fuse box, the wires had been burnt. So not many people want to go in that because you see sometimes when you're expert in something, I always rather believe in giving that person who is just expert in that area.
Yeah.
So they will spend their time to do it.
Yeah. One thing I realized about working on cars is that sometimes the troubleshooting part is the one that really takes up your time. And it's the kind of work and effort that it's not easy to build a customer for.
Yeah.
Not easy to build a lot.
So troubleshooting is sometimes you do not know. Most people don't want to do it because it could be just a small problem.
Yeah.
But they don't know how to charge.
You don't know where to look. So a lot of them they don't even know where to look.
Yeah, you can spend time to look all over it, but how to charge.
Yeah.
For example, like this wire got spliced. One wire, if I knew where it is, I would have done it myself. But we had to pay for the expertise one.
Correct.
Right? So how much to charge?
Correct.
Yeah. $400, $500.
Just to unsplice one wire.
Everybody have one $500 crazy, one wire.
Yeah, I said I give you the $500 you can find,
Yeah.
Hey, so just now you're talking about thinking of setting up a new location. So there was this question that I'm curious to ask, right? What does it take to set up a new paint a proper paint facility?
Money,
And of course lah. The question now is what are you spending that money on?
Facility. A more presentable facility.
Okay.
You see, right now, why we can keep for the work that we do, for the type of work we do, I mean, if you compare apple to apple, right? I'm actually considered very affordable compared to the rest.
You are.
For the kind of work. But because I do not present my shop to be very stylo-milo, I cannot command that kind of prices. So, I mean, every human will think the same. For example, like if you want to go on a date, you'll probably go on a very nice looking restaurant, even knowing that the food doesn't taste good.
Yeah.
Right? Going to your local mama shop maybe even nicer, But how am I supposed to impress people like this?
Yeah.
But sometimes I don't understand out of it. Right?
Yeah.
But that's what people want. You see the Porsches and all that over here, those are from, recommended by friends.
But I think for you already have people come to you not for your facility. They come to you for who you are, right? But so my question really is in terms of setting up a facility, let's not talk about aesthetics. Let's talk about the necessary equipment, right? That enables you to either get a good job done, maintain your current level, or something that you foresee that okay, this is something will take you to the next level.
No, you see, it also depends. Like I said, back again is of course your location. Okay? You can't put a Prodoa showroom in Bukit Damansara.
Fair enough. Yeah.
It's not gonna work.
Yeah.
But you probably can have a Mercedes showroom in Bukit Damansara Heights.
Yeah.
So same thing. So based on my locality, my customers are surrounded around PJ. Right. Hence why I want to be number one location in a central of PJ, because most of my customers are covering on this particular area, PJ, Bangsa, Mont Kiara, and all that. Because these are people who understand detailed work and proper work. Number two, a lot of people these days wants to let you handle everything. If they trust you, something they do, they want you, they know that
They want you to count him.
a lot of things, because they know that you will not shortchange them, right? So certain things sometimes I help to do, like doing for them, changing tires, doing them changing their absorbers, and things like that, because they do not want to. Trust is very, very important.
Yeah.
Besides that, of course, you need a proper setup in terms of facility where you can go in. You need to have from the Kementerian to Environment DOE how paint is disposed, how paint fumes are being done. Besides that you need a proper paint room, spray gun, compressors, lighting. All this, of course, a lot of things you should have to factor in. Yeah.
1 million enough?
Should be.
Okay.
Should be. Yeah.
Wait, but 1 million is does it give you a proper facility, just bare minimum, or does it like get the facility and with some
I think the most important thing is that you have to have a location. I mean, a lot of industrial lots these days, they've just gone out. Prices have gone out. It was good during COVID, but after COVID, it's just crazy.
But the thing is that, right, location is one thing. You also need to be careful. What you want to is that you also, because in the car business, space is very, very important, right? If let's say, like, if you are overpaying for rental, you're setting yourself up to fail from day one, really.
Agreed. Yeah. You can. So you have to have a space which you could have supporting shops.
Yeah.
A mechanic, a detailer, a rep.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So everyone can cross-sell among each other.
Correct.
So that's the direction which I'm looking at, because rental these days for a good industrial lot ranges anything between 30 to 50. 30 to 50,
Have you ever?
And most of them are being taken out from pickleball.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's why that we're actually looking forward. So that comes back to our first question again. Do I keep on doing this for the rest of my life?
Yeah.
Improvise and and do supporting businesses, because my end direction I want to do is that I want to do actually insurance repairs for what do you call that, high-end customers. So you see, for example, that you will drive a brand new Porsche or BMW and something happens to you, right? And you want to get it repaired. You can't be sending to any ABC panel workshop. They're not going to do it right. So I've got good repo for my cash customers. I'll probably do back the same thing for that. So for insurance claim. So that is going to take a long, a long process. And of course, a lot of requirements required by insurance companies and all that. But that I'm just keeping it still into a pipeline direction now, But for example, right now I also provide a lot of advisory in terms of insurance claims. How to be repaired correctly. Right? A lot of people sometimes ask me, they like, hey, I need help. I got into an accident, but I don't want to send to any other panel repair workshop. Can you help to monitor for me? I'm like, okay, I can do that for you. So I normally send it to someone which I know, and I know the boss. I tell them, hey, look, repair this correctly. I will personally come and check, right, to see whether it's been done correctly. So that is something which I also offer these days.
That's I mean, that's they're only for your close customers.
No, actually, anyone can help me. Can come now, no problems. I don't practice any free. I mean, the thing is, I'm also selling insurance. Right. So I offer this for my customers. So sometimes I got friends who help me. Can you help me out? And this, just come over. Knowledge not supposed to be kept. Get kept. You share people. Indirectly is marketing.
Actually, the back actually the day I just came to this realization, right? I think the whole concept of trade secrets is no longer valid really, because these days, right, information is at everybody's fingertips.
Yeah.
The real value that we can the real value that we can put out there in the marketplace. How do we help people implement the knowledge? How do we help people to put that knowledge?
Those days were very close guarded. Today I just share it. Go ahead and do it.
Yeah, because because for a lot of people, you can share the knowledge with them. Then they'll come at you, hey, so fun, bro, you do for me.
Yeah. Very true. It really involves a lot of work to get it right. You know?
Yeah.
I had one customer that way that you're like, can I spend the whole car by myself and bring here and do the certain work? I can. But halfway got tired. Like, dude, this looks too crazy, you know. So taking out a car apart is easy. Putting back together is
Oh
the
yes.
tough part, yeah.
Yes. Yes.
So you got to be in certain things you don't know how to remove, then you might end up breaking it,
Oh yeah.
especially plastic parts.
Oh yes.
Yeah. So a lot of people ask me, oh, like this customer, I got a 991 there. He's like, you all open this. You guys know how to put it back, though.
That's what we make a living out of doing. Yes.
Yeah, I know it's out of it. Certain times, we be very honest to you. Certain times, even sometimes we don't know. We're like, oh, don't want to take the risk. Thank goodness, there are a lot of people who have done YouTube videos, overseas, and they tell you how to open it. So we learn from there sometimes also. You know, of course, we can't be a gung ho and try to open everything and end up damaging something. So we try to minimize the risk of doing it.
That's fair.
True. Of course, we also got the correct tools for it.
Yep.
If you don't have the tool, you try to use a screwdriver just to pry open and you end up breaking it.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So let me ask you, 8 years in this business, right? What are the kind? If let's say like if somebody were to ask you for what would you advise? Cool, your aircon. What would be if let's say like if you are no longer running this business lah, okay? Let's just say that you want to go and you find somebody to paint your car. What would be the questions that you would ask your painter to check whether that this guy's legit?
Oh, it all depends. You should ask them that what kind of primer that they're using, what kind of materials, for example, like the paint and also like the that you're using. So why I normally buy branded paints are basically because the binder that they use, the adhesion is there. That's one. Number two is also the color that you want to achieve. Some people say, I want to paint this Mazda Soul Red, for example. But they want a $3,000 budget. Mana boleh. Because that is a two-stage paint.
Yeah.
You got to have a base color, which is usually a copper color.
Yeah.
Right? And then you spray translucent syrup looking paint onto it, right? In order for you to achieve the two-tone kind of thing, right? So you can also ask them the type of paint that you're using, which you always ask whether it's this brand or whether that brand. I often tell them, if I were to do my work correctly, paint is sandwiched in between lacquer and this one. I can shortcut you, okay? But I don't do that because I want to achieve the correct color that you do.
Yeah.
Plus, whatever paint which I order, I normally snap a picture of the paint can and send it to them.
Yeah.
So if it's a Japanese car, I use Kansai. If it's the Conti, either the customer wants glycerate you want the cap borok or the sun, then they can. But of course, you will need to fork out a bit more, So and then you must see them what kind of putty they're using. So whether they use 803, 928, So and the progress that you're updating the customer. So they say that, are you going to prime the car or not? If the guy looks at you and say yes, whether the guy is going to send you a picture of the car being primed, So ask them for photo evidence, If you are doing it genuinely, you have nothing to hide.
Correct.
So a lot of customers will ask me, can I come and view my car? I'm like, come anytime you want. Come look at it. Ask my boys what they're doing right now, But before they even can do that, sometimes the people say they want to come, but they don't come because I end up sending all the pictures to them. I strip the car, I open this, I open that. So people are in the loop. Rather you just keep quiet for 3 weeks and then, this is the car. How it's been done, you do not know. Right? Whether it was primed, whether it's used correct. Like somebody asked me, I want to use this superior. Whether you spray the lacquer or not, you don't know.
Yeah.
There's no hologram on the lacquer. It appears when you spray the lacquer.
Yeah, true.
Right?
Yeah.
Because it's just one clear coat.
Yeah.
So I always tell them, you want to come and view, you come at a certain date, a certain time, put a chair down there, go and see yourself. Or when I use the hardener in the lacquer, because lacquer, once you use the hardener in, you got to use it.
Yeah.
So if the superior brand which I'm using, I use the hardener, I'll take a video and send it to them. Right? Like once you mix the hardener, you have to use it. Otherwise, it just hardens. Then you cannot use it anymore. right? So I just send it. Some people will tell you, I'm using this brand, charge you premium for it, but don't use it. How to see? You cannot see what,
Yeah, true.
right or not? There's nothing written onto that. That's why, like, one famous tint right now, they've got a hologram on the tint
Yeah.
because you can see it's that
Yeah.
particular brand, but they put a hologram towards it. I'm like, why they have a hologram here? It doesn't make sense out of
Yeah.
nowhere, what,
Yeah,
you know.
yeah,
But then
yeah.
again, wow, this is original material,
Mm.
you know.
Yeah, lah.
So for me, I can't put a hologram in the on the lacquer.
Yeah,
So,
yeah,
but
yeah,
I just
yeah.
take a video and show you that you know,
Uh,
this is what I'm using, like, you know. So the cans are by the manufacturer, and what do you call that? The materials are by from these people, that people, you know. So if something goes wrong, then we know that, wow, something may have gone wrong.
yeah.
Then we try to trace back exactly lah.
You know okay. So when you walk inside the paint, so what another thing I always advise people is also go and visit the paint shop before they decide whether to use that painter or not.
Oh, of course, yes.
Right.
Then speak to them.
See all the works in progress.
Works in progress. You also can speak to whether they give you an explanation of what they're doing or how they're doing. It's very, very important. Also see whether there's a lot of abandoned cars there, you know. If there are not any abandoned cars down there, you don't have to be worried. You got to see the starting product, the ongoing product, and also the finished product.
Yeah.
So spend some time. Don't just jump the back. You know, want to go and see this. Or this. You know, don't get influenced by social media and see this is good, because you see, any paint job under a bright light post painting outside look good.
Yeah.
Whether it lasts or not.
Yes. Then
go and take a look 1 year later lah.
Yeah.
Go and look at 6 months later lah. You know, that's why I use to challenge people. You know, that's why I provide a 5-year warranty. It's like anytime come back, I got nothing to hide.
Yeah. Yeah. Curious. When you let's say when you see, right, a car that's work in progress, right, you see the whole car being lined up with red putty or white putty. What does that tell you?
You see, most people use red putty because it costs cheaper.
Yeah.
And of course, it's very easy to mold.
Yeah.
It's easy to sand down. So that takes lesser time work to sand down.
Correct.
But something that's hard, you got to take a longer time.
Yeah.
But hard means it's strong.
Yeah.
So your body lines are straight.
Yeah.
You know, your finishing is greater.
So white putty is harder, is it?
Not only white putty, the gray, white, the brown or the yellow is the same. You got it's a grade. A lot of people these days use the 928. It's what do you call that? Softer. Of course, you got the harder ones lah. There also had been 3M putties, plastic like putty. You know, that which is crazy. One tin is probably about 300 ringgit. You know, but the one to sand down, and we do a lot of dry sanding. We don't do wet sanding. Right, and then you can go and look around, see the finished product, how it's being done. You know, whether it's being checked correctly. You know, you can see what kind of lacquer they're using. You know, for their cars. You know, whether a car is there, whether they can do a scratch test or not to see whether it's good. Right. So it all depends on how. Basically, you got to be comfortable with the shop.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, if someone is asking you this much of price, it also depends. Like I say, I always come back in which direction you're looking at.
Yeah.
Fast and cheap, won't bother.
Yeah.
Right. You don't say I want a cheapest budget, but I want you to use this material. I'm like, how can that be done?
It's the always that relationship between fast, cheap, and good, right? You can only choose any two.
Yeah, correct. You know. So, but materials, we always try new materials out there. You know, so I don't stick to one. You know, what used to be good 20 years ago, these days our local boys can do it as well. So, and every product which I normally test it first for 6 months or a year. You know, I'll just spray onto a panel and leave it out in the rain. Right, leave it out in the rain and see how much it deteriorates.
Your own R&D lah.
Yeah, because if you're providing a 5-year warranty, you can't just say, oh, sorry lah, bro. You know, this thing couldn't work lah. You know, you have to do a bit of R&D as well. Correct. Feedback to them. You know, so normally the one which I'm testing, I always test it on my own cars. Now, a very famous Japanese brand, they are promoting their scratch resistance lacquer.
Lacquer. Okay.
Which, you know, after sudden scratch, you drive in the heat a bit, then you start to heal by itself.
Oh, wow.
So I tested it and I was very upfront to the owner. I'm thinking I've not trusted it in my car. But he was very happy of the quality literature which was provided to him by the
Company lah.
manufacturer company.
Oh, okay.
You know, so he was convinced from like, if you want, you go in that direction, you know. But bottom line is, no matter what lacquer you use, your base work must be very important.
True.
Foundation lah, like you build a building lah.
Yeah.
You can have stylo milo
Facade.
you can use stylo milo steel, you can use stylo milo, or you can use good paintwork, you can good concrete. In a day, your foundation is out, the whole building will
collapse,
crack, crack.
Correct.
You know, go crack. Same thing, you know, paintwork as well. So foundation must be rigid. Then you can do whatever on top, you know. So there are shops which give you warranty, but they're looking at car. So for example, like a classic car, they don't use superior stuff. Reason being is because that they know this is not a daily usage car. They're probably a garage queen. I can take shortcut. So under covered space, it'll be glossy for a long time. But if you drive the car every day out, 100% you can't.
True.
You see? So but for me, no, whether it's a garage queen or non-garage queen, whatever I do is just follow by the book.
Yeah. Go. I mean, have the same standards.
Same SOP. Yeah. You know, so it becomes a norm, and that's it. You know, you just have to maintain that in order for you to get a good brand. Yeah.
Okay. Thanks for your time, man.
No problem. No problem. Come, you're going to have a look at the
Yeah.
pagodas.
Yes.
And the classic which are redoing back again.
Okay.